What is going on, guys? Welcome to a brand new video. Welcome back to the channel. It's Dev. We're here. Season 4, Episode 7 of Mr. Robot. The time is coming. A lot of you have been probably waiting for this episode. Waiting. And I've been waiting myself. I'm excited. Ever since Season 4 started, I was like, oh yeah, Episode 7. This is the one that everybody always raves about. I'm excited. Last on, obviously, though, we had Vera, Krista, that whole ordeal. Elliot being a really bad guy. This last episode, a horrible person. And it was a tough watch. It was a hard watch. But Vera is going to go deep into the mind of Elliot. And I did hear when this episode did air, there was no commercial breaks. So I have a theory, or not a theory, but my guess is it's going into be into that therapy room where we've seen Elliot and Krista. Hopefully, I'm saying I that's her name. I keep forgetting. And Vera, and we might see the third personality this episode. Shit's gonna get real. Shit's probably gonna get deep, dark. I'm probably gonna cry. I don't know. I'm excited, and I bet you guys are excited to watch this reaction. Let's just get into it. Spark your blunts, spark your joints, light your bowls, get your dabs ready. The dabbington. Get your pins ready. The Pennington. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Robot, Season 4, Episode 7. In 3, 2, 1. Act 1. Oh. He's getting lit, but not this way.
You like a hero to me.
He's Jesus Christ.
Hero, I did wrong. Not gonna lipstick that pig, but it was a turning point in my story nonetheless. And something tells me it was a turning point in your story too.
We're on the second floor of a 3-story walk-up. 2 armed dopes and a crazy meth head who thinks he's Deepak Chopra.
One day Javi over here brings me this crazy old shaman who says he can help me. So I says, alright, let him in. He set my ass down, prepared me a cocktail of this powder, pink powder. Red blood mixed in with titty milk. He looked into my eyes and said, you're asleep. It's time you wake up. You wanna know what I did, Elliot? I gulped that shit down. And then, I just gotta be real with you, bro. I shit myself.
Sounds like he took ayahuasca or something like that.
I'm gonna take over New York. And you gonna be by my side when I do. So what you think?
Where's Krista?
Oh, fuck.
You want me to partner with you for anything? First things first, I need to know where Krista is.
You forget we played this game already?
That's why I'm asking. I don't know what you're talking
The music.
Come on, dude, let's move past the bullshit. I got your therapist here, remember? I know everything about you. So tell me, how do we get him out? Welcome to the party, Mr. Robot.
I'm not here to party. You want to talk? Get to it already.
That curse now, bitch.
Come on. Do some DMT at least.
Why
You might be able to actually see Christian Slater.
you
Okay.
here?
He's gonna get that
You needed someone to help him cope with the world? Voila, you got me.
No doubt, shit's heavy, but it ain't actionable. I need details.
Details.
Like I said, with your operation, I don't know if you could run a White Castle, much less New York.
Work for you? I want to own this island.
Dude, Macquel is cooking.
Let me see if I got this. You want to get into real estate. Is that it? Is that what all this is about?
Literally.
Is that really your groundbreaking epiphany here? Please tell me you didn't waste my time when you could have just enrolled in some night classes at the Brooklyn School of Real Estate and left me the fuck out of it.
Talk.
See that right there? That's why you my dude. I'm more scared of you than him.
And I would be. Look at that.
Let the show begin.
Let the show begin. Fire, dude. Act 3. Dude, this is so cool, man. I fuck with it. Heavy.
Yo, you right. That is stadium money, bro. Yo, what the Yo, you serious?
You don't got it in you.
That's horrible.
Peanuts.
Okay, Javi doesn't even know. So I'm kind of curious to where you're going with all.
I don't know how to do what you want.
You said Elias got a secret, and the only way I can unlock it is to find out why Mr. Robot exists.
What's he talking about?
She sold us out is what he's talking about.
I'm sorry, I had to tell him something. I didn't know what else to say.
Sure you don't want to know what she wrote in here?
He's fucking with you. He's trying to play his little mind games.
She doesn't want me to hear this.
Ooh, I like this one. Strained relationship with Mr. Robot.
Pushed you out the window.
My dad didn't push me. I jumped. Darlene told me I remembered it wrong.
See, she doesn't even know what she...
I said shut up!
Darlene and I were building a snowman. We went upstairs to look for my camera.
And did you find the camera?
Darlene told me we did. You didn't exist when I was a kid. Did you?
Can't do this to him, please! Do not do this to him. He's not supposed to know.
No, what?
That you did this when your father came into the room. Elliot, look at me. Why do you think you had such a strong reaction when your father came into the room? What were you scared of?
Krista, you do this, it will destroy him.
Elliot, what were you scared of?
He already told you that he
I
can't...
remember.
His father.
Your dad walked into the room.
No.
You grabbed him to defend yourself.
No.
You yelled at him to get away. You swung the bat at him.
No.
And you escaped the only way you knew how. Were you afraid he was going to ask you to do something you didn't want to do?
Yes.
Do you remember what he asked you to do?
Yes, I remember.
Elliot, did your father sexually molest you?
Yes.
And if you can hear me, I want you to know you don't gotta be scared no more.
Don't touch me. Don't touch me.
Shit you went through, most people don't know pain like that. They never will. And if they did, it would end them. The people who dig in, the ones who keep surviving, those are the ones you can't beat. Those are the ones no one can beat. Because once you've weathered a storm like yours, you become the storm. You hear me? You are the storm. I see you now.
I am literally speechless. I have no idea how to continue discussion. I have no idea. A lot to process with that episode. Yeah. I said it. A lot to process. Elliot. It's Elliot. The mind is a crazy place. I did not expect that. That was the deep traumatic experience. Never would have thought that. Never even came up in the mind once whatsoever. Makes sense. Makes sense. I mean, oh my god, dude, this is so hard to process. This is. God, what an episode of television, man. What a fucking episode of television. That was maybe top 5, top 3 episodes of television I've ever witnessed. No TV show besides The Office, ironically. Maybe The Walking Dead. Lost. Episodes of television that have made me feel these feelings. Nothing has ever felt like that, though. That was on a whole nother level. I'll start with the performances. Rami Malek just absolutely. Wow. Christian Slater, obviously. Incredible. Elliot Villar, who plays Vera. Oh my fucking god. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. It's oh my fucking god. Like, where do you go from here? Where do you go? Vera's dead. That's done. But it unlocked Elliot, who he really is, his true self. And going forward, we'll probably see more of his true self. And more of his true self starting to realize what the fuck has happened. We haven't even begun to touch on Angela, really. Which I don't even know. I don't even know. The setting was perfect. It was Sam Esmail, dude. Whole like this was a film. This was a television film. This was a cinematic event. And I really fucking wish I was watching this show when it came out. Watching this on USA probably would have been the most incredible experience ever. And I take watching shows live seriously. I take it to heart because there's something about watching it while everybody simultaneously is watching at the same time. Sure, it's like, oh, programming, like, oh, you guys are all like in the you're locked in, bro. Like, dude, quit being a sheep. You're being controlled, bro. Like, no, there's something cinematic and it's an experience when there's a episode, a big game, whatever. In this example, this episode of television right here was definitely one of those episodes just on a standard network, the USA channel, Psych, Suits, you know, Sirens, shows like that on there, Monday Night Raw, and then you got this show. Maybe the greatest piece of television that I have ever watched. Honest to God. I'm not ready for it to end. The writers, dude. I mean, incredible. The directing, I mean, God. Incredible. I love it storming outside. It sets the tone perfectly. You know, I love Vera kicking out Peanuts and the other dude, Javi. And it's just them. Vera's killing it. Oh my god. I get what he's doing is horrible. And, you know, we'll talk about that. His motives. He goes to a shaman. He gets this enlightening experience. Quote unquote enlightening. He probably takes it the completely wrong way. If he were to tell his shaman what the fuck he was going to do, the shaman would be like, what is your problem? Greed. Power. Shit like that. You're just like, and Mr. Robot explained it well. You know, you just want to be another fucking rich asshole with a mortgage. I love that line. It's great. But I is that the end of Mr. Robot? Is that poor Elliot though, man? Use Mr. Robot to cope. And Mr. Robot himself is a depiction of Elliot's father, but in a more like protecting him, you know. Like I get the brain is a fascinating thing. I bet this is probably like something that's happened. Like this is probably like something that's happened in real life, no doubt. You have such a deep trauma that you create, you know, shit in your mind to cope, to help you. And I mean, like, God, I don't know. I don't know. I seriously don't know. Like this is a lot. It was a fucking lot, and yeah. Oh, what a fucking episode. It lived up to the hype, personally. That was the best episode of Mr. Robot for sure. It was fantastic. Fucking. I still had. I have to process this, man. I really do. Everything leading up to it, the moment of realization for Elliot and the audience of us all being like why were you afraid of him type shit, like questioning like why were you afraid of your father, and we're like, I was kind of thinking like, oh no. And it, yeah, and it hits. It's every single, you know, big reveal in this show, every single sort of revelation was, you know, it began with a question. You know, you go back to Darlene. Do you even know who I am? And like when he was about to kiss her in season 1, and then now that was his sister. Like holy shit. And then Mr. Robot and everything. Revealing that it was his father. This why were you afraid of him? You know. And Rami Malek doing, like, when that revelation hit him, the performance, like, just him saying no, 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 was like, that was what got me. Like, kind of that moment right there, I was like, oh. Like, he was like, no, like, because he started to remember it, and it hit him, and never went away. Mr. Robot was gone by that point. And it kind of now makes sense why Mr. Robot in season 1, when they were by the gravesite, and he was like, don't let them drive you away from me or whatever. Don't let them take you away. Meaning, like, the truth about his father and shit like that, because obviously that would fully drive him away. And obviously at some point through Elliot's life, Krista knows that, and Elliot finds ways to cope with it, and he hasn't visited since. And Krista obviously knows this, and she knows how he is, so she's not going to tell him, you know, because that will really fuck him up. And obviously Vera deserved the knife. As opening it was for Elliot, he still did a lot of bad things, especially what he did to Krista. Lock her up, you know, tie her up. In that scene with him under her skirt, hell no. What the fuck? And even if Vera said what he was dealing with, like when his mom would pass him around to her friends while she was getting high and shit, like, so he has that trauma, but yet he's doing it here. Shit like that, and it's just, it's weird. But there was moments I remember back in season 1 talking about Elliot saying don't touch me to people. Like, don't touch me type shit. Like, and it just hits because all Elliot wants, I'm guessing ever since that moment with his dad, was like he's just felt lonely. He's felt alone, empty. No one's there for him, not his mother. I feel like Darlene was in and out. Obviously, Angela's there, but I don't know. It is truly a depressing story. I don't know how you go from where you go from this. I don't. But I just got to keep saying this. This was a great episode of television, and Sam Esmail and everybody who worked on it was incredible. The cinematography, man, the the writing, yeah, the lighting too. The lighting was great. Vera's gone, but the knife that he killed Shayla with. I think. Either way, deserved. Obviously, there has to be like a final confrontation between Elliot and Mr. Robot saying, like, you know, I don't need you anymore. Are we going to officially, at some point, find Elliot's, like, true form, true self, like what he was doing before the show started, like what his life was like, who he was friends with? Was he with Angela all the time? Were they like really close to dating at some point, and then boom, something happened? Or was he with someone else and was he not even like, was he living completely like, I don't know. I don't know. But Elliot at this point has really nobody. Only people he has is Krista, Darlene, Leon, which what makes me love Leon even more is you go back to season 2 in the prison when those fucking Nazis were about to, you know, Elliot, and Leon comes in and saves him. Like, that's amazing. Leon is a real fucking G. Oh my god. I hope we just get a nice scene between Elliot and Leon where it's like Elliot finally just actually has a conversation and talks and he can finally, like, you know, like he's always been just the observer. He's a true people observer like XQC. Um but I don't know. We still have to find out what's going on with Darlene and Dominique. Are they gonna make it out? I think if anybody does die, it's gonna be Dom. I feel like it. I don't know though. I don't know. I don't know. Man, what a fucking episode. And I love the act structure. And I have a feeling all the acts were like the stages of grief. There was that 5 acts, or yeah, 5 acts, and then, you know, at the end you had acceptance, denial, you know, all of it came together. And all of it's coming together now. Literally the first scene in the show was Elliot taking down a child, you know, and a predator, and took him down, gave him up to the police, boom, you're done. It's all coming full circle now. It's all making sense. It is all making sense, and it's peak television. The Deus group still thing is gonna happen. Is Elliot still want to do that? Is he still anti-capitalist? I'm like, I don't want to take that away from everything, but like after all this, does he still have those motives? Because a lot of them are based originally around his father dying, but is that how his father still died? I would assume so. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what's happening. Is any of this even real at some point? Like, is this just all in his collective mind trying to figure out everything? And this was another, like, all of this has been a coping mechanism for literally that of what we just found out with his father. I don't know. I don't know. I seriously don't know. I don't know where else to go, man. There's a lot. It's just crazy how I never saw it coming. It was all there. But it's the red herring that Sam put in there with the big thing that White Rose was doing, the big parallel universe time travel shit. And maybe it makes sense that at some point in time, Elliot made a deal with White Rose, if this project works, because White Rose wants to be happy with Chin. Elliot wants just a good life with a great father and everything. Maybe that's why. And White Rose knows everything. Even White Rose probably knows that. And now that I think about it, you know, Elliot did mention that Darlene would be in there, hiding in the closet because they would know. Does that mean that Mr. Alderson, Edward or whatever, abused Darlene and Angela as well? Because if so, that it really dampens all the past scenes with Elliot and his father. And I'm not ready to rewatch those scenes. And it makes sense with his father dying in the movie theater, because Elliot had no emotion when that happened. And that makes sense. It makes sense now. So fucking depressing, man. So fucking depressing. I want to say Vera, though, again, killed it. I think he deserves to be killed. I'm going to be honest. But the actor this episode, man, it's absolutely... Oh, his one-liners. His fucking ayahuasca trip that he explained. Obviously, he shit. He puked. That's what happens, especially if you go to like a resort in Peru. Obviously, he was in the Dominican Republic, so there was some resort there with a shaman. gave you all this ayahuasca, drank it, you know, you see it all, and the conclusion that he had, the epiphany, the enlightenment, after seeing all the wacky shit that you see, probably talking to some being, he's like, oh, you need to go home. All right, I'm going to go to New York and take and own everything. Power. And then I love Mr. Robot going, you know, so you just want to get into real estate. That's practically what it is. You just want to be another just rich billionaire motherfucker. And he's like, I don't want to be no landlord. I love Vera's one-liners, man. That actor is so mesmerizing to look at. It's great. It truly is. It's fantastic. It fucking is. He killed it, dude. He really did. And Sam Esmail in the casting department, holy shit. Absolutely incredible, you know? We got the clear American cherry limeade. Cheers. That shit hits, I'm not gonna lie. No calories, no caffeine, no sugar, no sodium. It's good shit. It really is. It is. I'm not sponsored. I like the whole thing with Mr. Robot. I mean, it's a hard to look at him now, but Mr. Robot being the protector. And with cases like that, I think it makes sense. You know, his father being the abuser that he was. You know, he used his father as an altar, you know, for Mr. Robot. And Elliot, it was like his personal memory bank, so he remembers things and keeps him check and like safe, his protector, and it makes sense. And Angela didn't have that. Angela, she didn't see behind the things with the Dark Army and them using her and all of that. And God, man, this episode was wild. One of the most beautiful episodes of television I've ever witnessed. I loved it. It was it truly was. It truly was. But hey, anybody who's a survivor, much love to all of you. You know, much love to each and every one of you. I hope you are all doing well and having a great life. Able to leave anything behind you and be your true self. You're not alone. You're not alone. But yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed my reaction to this wonderful episode. If you did, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell for daily videos every single day. Follow me on Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, and Instagram, and all the social medias down in the description below. We'll catch ya for another video. Goodbye!